going to start by saying I had a full playthrough of this game recorded and wanted to upload a Let's Play, but the audio mix was completely unbalanced and there was no way to fix it. But that's okay, at least I can use the footage here. That's a lie, I'm disappointed beyond belief anyways. Let's get to the review. A Short Hike is a game made by people who have never been on a hike. There were no annoying mosquitoes, no crowded trails, and no overpacked tourists struggling to climb even the smallest of inclines. It's to the game's benefit it lacks these things, although it would be funny to mock the tourist. You play as a young bird who, in true Gen Z fashion, takes a hike to get better cell signal. It was a charming adventure, traversing the mountain and solving the problems of the various island dwellers, some more memorable than others. But before I go any further, I have one thing to get off my chest. Our grandma straight up lied to us from the beginning. I did not appreciate being lied to about it being a short hike. Every person who learned about our goal to reach the top remarked about how hard and how long the hike would be, with each time serving as a slap in the face and a reminder that our grandma, who was sitting back by the campfire back home, not even doing her job as a park ranger, is a big, fat liar. And she can't say she had no idea, since our own mom remarks about how often she took that hike with Grandma, and even she said it was difficult. I'm onto you, Grandma. If that even is your real name? Anyways, the side characters in this game are arguably the main gameplay here, since they bring a lot of life and charm to the island. I met a self-conscious painter who darted all over the mountain in a blink of an eye, and I helped him to understand that we are our own biggest critics, and even if one person can appreciate our work, it must be good. I also really enjoyed the bunny who was devastated she lost her lucky headband, but was willing to forget all about it when a random turtle gave her his. These interactions made me more determined and willing to try to talk to everyone on the map, in the hopes I would find more personable conversations like these. And I certainly did. But in the process, I also found two of my biggest enemies, aside from Grandma, that is. I'm going to start with the dog who refused to let me sign up for the island race. It's not my fault no one sent me the registration info. You can't just let me in? The race hasn't even started yet, and from what I can tell, there's only 4 participants, so you could really use all the people you can get. He didn't only ruin my day, but he also ruined the day of a fellow parkour racer who also got denied entry in the race. And you know what? At the end of the game, I understand why they wanted to deny us entry. We would have absolutely smoked the competition and made them wish they never came to this island race in the first place. The second, more nefarious enemy comes in the form of the local chapter of the International Rock Climbing Society. More specifically, this single child. He belittled my first climb, overhyped the society's numbers, and told me to come back when I could climb his big wall. Oh yeah? How about I show you who's boss by just flying up here? Oh, you can see that. Right. But it doesn't matter. Not only was I able to climb his wall in the end, I also made it to the peak sweat-free. Meanwhile, this kid struggled to get up a measly little cliff. That's right, hang off that edge and think about how you belittled my abilities. You don't deserve to be a member of that rock climbing club. I'm gonna report you to the head office and make sure you get kicked out, you little... Anyways, when not facing my enemies, I enjoyed the sights and sounds the island had to offer. The game had a retro feel to me with the art style, which added to the charm. Flying around the island and seeing the trees, cliff sides, and people running about made it feel lively. There were times when I would just jump off from different heights just to fly again. It was relaxing being in the air, and the way the world wrapped around the screen helped to make the island feel larger than it was. I question why the option to use a boat was included here, since it was difficult to control at first and really served no purpose, since flying was faster, more scenic, especially late in the game when you have several golden feathers at your disposal. While having different weather conditions in various parts of the island help differentiate sections, I do wish there was a day and night cycle and maybe changing weather effects in all parts of the island. It's a small gripe, I admit, but I feel it would have been the cherry on top of making the island feel alive. Some puzzles in the side quests require you to use your mobility and map awareness to solve them, but I didn't feel any were difficult. Just slightly tedious at times when I knew what had to be done, but it took several attempts to make it happen. Overall, a short hike may be short, but it has a big personality that makes up for it, earning an 8 out of 10. Those looking for a short exploration platformer would enjoy the charm of this game. If climbing a mountain that is much more difficult than your grandma made it out to be doesn't entice you, the interactions with the island goers certainly will. Even if you run into that stupid rock climbing kid. The gameplay loop, the story, and the world are big enough to entertain you, and they know not to overstay their welcome. I feel like it was an enjoyable experience overall, especially for something I wouldn't normally play. However, it loses points mostly due to it not having a high replay value. While I understand some games may be designed with that in mind, I feel like a really good game deserving of a 9 or 10 out of 10 should make me want to play again, regardless of the devs' intentions. And that just didn't happen here. While I enjoyed my first playthrough and would definitely recommend it to others, I don't think I'd be back to revisit this game anytime soon.